Hello, 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 and welcome to the podcast of Gen E 2024. You know what Gen E 2024 is? You don't know what is it? It's the largest youth entrepreneurship festival that this year is going to take place in Catania, in Sicily, in Italy, where the finalists of 390,000 young people who started this journey back in September will arrive. They all created great mini company and great startups, and they've also applied project management tools, knowledge systems. Let's try and find out today in this podcast with Aurora Gualtieri and Torge Oeverdiek, who are PMI Future 50 honoree. Torge, what is PMI Future 50 honoree?
PMI Future 50 is all about introducing project managers who are maybe a bit earlier in their career in project management and introducing the kind of projects that they work on. There's really inspiring kind of projects. They're very diverse. They come from civil engineering, they come from engineering, they come from all kind of backgrounds. They come from volunteering, and you can read on the website about the kind of inspiring projects that everybody's involved in, and hopefully it gives some ideas about how to develop your career in the future.
So definitely there are going to be another 48 around there because two, I have it here in our podcast. So great to have you here. So great to have you here, Aurora.
Thank
Aurora,
you.
tell me a bit. So what does project management mean and what is the value of learning project management at a very early stage in life?
So actually, project management per se is the practice of using knowledge, skills, and tools, and you can use also like techniques to deliver value and achieve like a desired outcome. Which is normally is like something unique and different because actually like every project is really different. But like for me, project management, a part of this, which is like like the normal, the normal theory. Like for me, project management is also like about family, about community, because like when you are working with people like all the days for the same goals, for the same achievement, I mean, like it's kind of your family, it's a community. So, like for me, project management is really like something which is more like on the psychological side, and then like something really technical, and it's a combination of the two. And like for me it was really something useful in my life, was like to learn project manager in the life, because actually it's there are a lot of knowledge behind, and it's not just only like your daily life work, but project management is also beyond, because actually, project management is everywhere. I mean, like maybe people they don't know that, but just like schedule your day. It's about like project management.
It
So
is. It is everywhere, right? It's everywhere in your personal, professional life. You're planning for a trip. You're planning for a holiday. Yeah,
yeah,
it's
it's
a project.
everywhere.
Project. It's your project of life. I totally agree, Aurora. But personal life, but also in different sectors, I imagine, right, Torge? So, how does project management differ across various industries, and what opportunity does this really present for the young people to learn those skills to apply to different sectors?
You say something really important. It's super interesting because if you learn project management, you're learning how to get things done, basically, right? That's the key of project management. That's all that your managers, your bosses care about, is you need to get things done. What kind of things? They can always change. So if you have this key skill of getting things done, working with people, you can work in all different kind of industries. So it gives you a lot of opportunity. If you know how to get things done, I've learned this in hydrostatics, is what we call it. So a company that builds motors and hydraulics. And today I had the opportunity to change into electrification, an entirely different field, super interesting field that has to do with building the future of hopefully the world. It's super interesting, at least to me personally. I'm very passionate about it. And I could make the switch because I've learned project management, so I can bring something to the table. But I'm not an engineer. I couldn't design the kind of motors that the people design there. I'm not an expert in the strategy or the background of electrification yet. So I think it just is some sort of door opener. If you can say, I'm a project manager, I know how to get things done, I know how to manage projects, that's something that looks good on every CV that you can have, right? In any kind of industry you want to go in, regardless where your career takes you later on.
So yes, because it can be energy, it can be health, it can be agriculture, it can be digital. It all encompasses absolutely. And at the end of the day, it's also about people, right? So about key skills, key qualities that make also a successful project manager. So how can young people, Aurora, how can young people can develop these traits, these skills, these qualities? We're talking about project management.
Yeah, so actually, like, I think, like, for me, first of all, like, we need to list a little bit, the capacities and the skills the project manager require, because of course is everywhere, but I think, like, it's not for all the people as well. As like the normal job, like, there are more people for a job and other people for another job. So, like, for me, first of all, is about self-confidence, because of course, like, when you are project manager, you are project manager of a project, then you need, like, to be sure of, like, your approach, your method that you are using, and then also be sure to communicate the right things to your team, because of course, like, if you're not the one who believe in yourself, like, how the others they can trust you. So I think, like, self-confidence is really a good skill. Then of course, like, there is nowadays this emotional intelligence, which is really one, like, of the most important skills, because it means, like, being someone who can listen to the others, like, to the needs, to the stakeholder, which is really important, because of course, like, you need to communicate with the stakeholder, agree on, like, the deliverables, the needs of the project, because without agreement, like, the project is going to fail 100%, because we need to be everyone at the same page. And then of course, like, you need to be a good listener, and to managing time and priority, because, like, when you are going, like, to have a lot of, like, tasks, you need to know how to prioritize them, and how, like, to manage your time. And I think, like, these are the skills that you can also like, someone can have, because like, empathetic or emotional intelligence, some people they already have, like, in your character. But I think, like, you need to gain experience on the field, mostly, like, when it comes about more technical skills. And for the self-confidence, also, like, skills, but like, you need to be involved in a community to learn from the others. And then like, you can put, like, all your skills
Be
in the
open to
in the
learn,
project.
definitely. Be open to learn on the
Yeah.
community, right? So just focusing. Torge, but you both, Aurora and Torge, you are very young, right? You're very, very young. So, Torge, what kind of advice would you give to a young
Oh, thanks for the
person,
compliments.
to be interested in project management?
Yeah. Which kind of advice to give? Let me tell a little bit of a story. I'll try to make it short for you, yes, and for everybody. But let me tell the story of the first project that I was ever assigned when I was switching to Danfoss Editor on my current employer. So I was hired to develop a high voltage inverter for the off-highway market. So something that you can put into ships and into excavators that's going to be in the propulsion system to move them forward. It's a very technical thing. And I was not very well technically at that point. So I was going in there with not too much confidence. And as Aurora pointed out, that's a bit of a tricky situation, right? You need to believe in yourself. I was there to lead the team. I was there in order to bring this product from a sketch on some sort of sticky note from a business case to an actual launch product that we would sell and make money with at the end of the day. And my confidence was lacking. So my first task was how to develop that confidence, how to go to the point where I can lead that team, and how do we make this actual happen. So I did a little bit of research. I looked at project management institute side. I also just looked at multiple like discussion forums. And I learned about this key thing called servant leadership, which I have to agree is something that I didn't know before I went on those kind of discussion forums. And I learned, okay, what is servant leadership about? It's about acknowledging that you're not the smartest guy in the room sometimes, but working with your team to enable those smart engineers that you have, those smart experts that you have, to do their job 100% well, so that you as a team can create outcomes. And it's about being humble, it's about enabling them to do their best work, and it's about, sometimes doing the dirty work, sometimes doing the kind of administrative stuff that nobody wants to do, and enabling people to be 100% of what they can do. So you have to organize workshops, you have to organize some sort of calls, you have to align with leadership, you have to do this kind of reporting tasks that people don't like, and do the finance reporting and things like this. And I tried this. I did whatever the team told me that they cannot handle. They told me, okay, please do this so I can go be an engineer and try to really see my role in this. And as a result, I'm very happy to report that last year we've actually launched that C1700B to the market. And we have recently won an Innovators Award for that particular product, acknowledging the 690 volt technology that we've put in there, something really technical that, again, I could have never done myself. But it's all about learning how to deal with people and learning how to enable people
It
to do
is
their
about learning, but learning doesn't stop just when you get into a job, right? Or when you create your own company. Because there was this tendency, say, okay, this is my project. I go, I study, I get a job, I retire. Now, it's not really like this anymore, isn't it, Aurora? I mean, what
Yeah.
role does continuous learning and professional development play in the career progression for project managers, especially for young professionals?
Yeah, so actually it's crucial, like for me, and I think like for everyone in this world, because as we know, like we are living in a world which is like changing every day. As we can see, like we are living in a VUCA world, there are a lot of uncertainty, and like one day maybe you are like waking up, there is another IT tools that you didn't know about that. Everyone is speaking about this. So I think like learning is really, really important. And likely nowadays we have a lot of resources that come in about like, different association platform and project manager. And I think like this is really, really important. Because of course, like if you don't know, if you are not up to date, if you are not curious, because also this is about curiosity. I mean, like what happens around me, how can I improve like my skills? There is like maybe a tool that I didn't know about, which is really important for project management. So I think like the curiosity is playing a good part like in this. But I mean, like continuous learning is crucial, really.
The curiosity to learn, and also to learn on how to learn
Yeah.
on how to learn. It's so important these days while everything is transforming. It We saw those mega trends, everybody's talking about AI adoption. Are we all gonna lose our jobs because of AI? I don't know. I probably think that the people who are gonna lose their job are the one who do not at least understand what AI is, because there's going to be someone else who know what AI is going to probably take your job. So it's not really AI that is going to take necessarily your job about that. But what is the future of project management careers evolving, and what trend should young professionals be aware of, Torge?
So, Salvatore, good explanation here about, AI. AI is just one of the things. There will always be a new kind of thing. But what I see on the big picture is really that project management is not just about Gantt charts. It's not just about understanding tools and project management. Don't get me wrong, as Aurora said before, you need to have a baseline of experience. You should probably do some sort of baseline education around project management if you go into that field. But after you've earned your seat at the table, with having that level of experience, you should really start thinking about the people skills and learning to develop how to work with people. That's I think the most important part, because there's only 24 hours in a day. If you just take a project and you do everything yourself, you're out of time fairly soon. Hopefully, there's only 8 hours in your workday, right? So at a certain point, you need to learn how to work with others, how to lead a team, how to try and fail at building high performance teams and learning from it, and then try again until you build really successful, high performing teams every day. I think that's super important. You still need to learn the vocabulary of project management, but honestly, it's becoming more and more secondary. You should learn about different kind of tools. You should learn different agile processes, different waterfall processes, and then make the best of it, whatever works for your team.
You definitely learn on how to work with people inside your organization, but also with other stakeholders, other organizations, as well. As a matter of fact, in the past few years, we had a great collaboration. We've been learning each other with PMI and PMIEF, which is a great partner of Gen E 2024. We all want to learn and see how those young people are applying project management in creating those mini companies, in creating those startups, and we will all going to celebrate in Italy, in Catania, and obviously virtually to our virtual expo. Last few words, concluding words, Aurora, come back to you first. Any concluding words?
Yeah, I would like to thank you like for the opportunity, and I wish you good luck to all the people that are going like to join you in Catania.
I'm sure, and I understand from your name, surname, you might be
Yeah.
Italian as well. Yes,
Yeah, I'm
a fellow
Italian.
Italian, a
So
traditional
actually, I'm really
hostess
proud
here.
that I'm really proud that like all the people that are going to have the opportunity in Italy. So yeah, good
Very
job.
good. Amazing, amazing. And Torque, what about you? Any final word?
No, I want to echo that. I want to say good luck to everybody. Thank you so much for listening to this, to everybody who took the 15 minutes or however long it's going to be. And thank you to Salvatore, Aurora, Mina, and Amber for supporting with this.
Definitely. Here we had today with us the PMI Future 50 honoree discussing about importance on project manager. Did you like it? If you like it, you click like, and what you do then, you share what happened in this podcast shall not stay in this podcast. We are gonna spread it out there, the voice of project management. Thank you, everyone.